Do you remember that there was someone who was trying to explain why? Why is it that there's so much support for Duterte, especially in Mindanao? And this guy basically said,
wait, do the accent and I'll guess.
Okay,
do the accent and I'll guess.
He said that because in Mindanao, the,
wait. Go ahead.
In Mindanao, the Human Development Index.
I know what you're talking about.
Is
Zoolander,
male model, right? Oh my gosh.
I don't have the pearl necklace.
OOTD, right?
Okay, you know what? That guy. Okay, so I think I was one of the first to call him out.
I called him Zoolander long ago.
No. Call him out.
Call him out
with the sub-Saharan Mindanao comment.
I come from the north of the country where our Human Development Index is almost Southern Europe. But if you go to Mindanao, their Human Development Index is sub-Saharan African level.
I think I was one of the first to call him out. This guy is so like many of the people who will say, oh, you know, this thing that happened, the ICC arrest will not have an impact on the election. Anyone who says that is so disconnected with reality, or disconnected from reality. And one of the most disconnected and does not know anything about what happens on the ground is Zoolander.
Yeah.
I say that with a passion.
Zoolander. We're talking about Richard Heydarian. Javad. I mean, the thing is, so I remember because I was connected to him long ago as friends on Facebook, right? And then all I saw was all these like modeling. I mean, it's like it was.
He considers himself.
He's like a male model, right?
Yeah.
Most of the stuff you see is him posing, and he's got all these little. I don't know, these studio shots of him and all that stuff.
Did you see the screenshots he used when he shared that, oh, I got interviewed by CNN, by this, by that? Did you see the screenshots?
I haven't seen that. Oh. He blocked me.
Oh.
So he blocked me back in I think it was 2017 or 2018.
Do you want me to spy for you?
Yeah,
I'll send you all his posts.
No, it's okay. You see, what happened was.
Good morning, Orion. Okay, go ahead.
We were talking. Basically, I've long been pushing for constitutional reform, and then he's against it, right? So we ended up having like an on-day. He says, no, it's not like that. No, it is not like that. You know, it's like
it is not like that.
No, so it is not like that. It is not going to work. He was saying stuff like that.
What's his main point?
Actually, I don't know. He's trying to be persnickety, or how you say this, pedantic, saying that, no, there's so many things that need to be considered. And I'm saying, look, you know, I only go with what works. I'm a pragmatist. I don't want to beat around the bush.
Yeah.
If I know that something is working in countries that were probably worse off than the Philippines before, let's do it. You know? So I was saying all kinds of things that, hey, this is how we can fix the Philippines. And he disagrees. And then we ended up in a debate because I was showing him, well, according to this political scientist, according to this economist, blah, blah, blah. And I basically showed all the text, and I said, here, you can look at it in this PDF file, blah, blah, blah. So I had like tons and tons of these citations of world-renowned political scientists and economists proving that these reforms that I'm pushing for are actually needed. They're going to work for the Philippines, right? And then
what do you do?
Basically, he's trying to say all kinds of things that no, that's not how it works. Oh, he's saying stuff like that. Now, the thing here is, this was being watched by his former professor, and his former professor actually says, no, Orion makes a lot of sense.
Oh,
a real PhD, Clarita Carlos.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so she's become a good friend of mine.
Figure.
Yeah. She's become a really good friend of mine. I consider her a mentor.
Did he not call out Clarita Carlos?
He did.
As well?
So basically,
recently
she called him out, and then she later on, so she called him out, and then he responded.
Making
insultingly.
Insultingly, making fun of her. Oh, that's why Clarita Carlos posted like the old ones. You have to respect us. Is that because of him?
Maybe I don't know if that's
that was recent. That was
probably recent.
This guy thinks he knows a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so happy you called him out. Has he responded?
No. I don't think he's ever. Look, I think he knows he's gonna lose.
Javad.
I think
We
he knows.
are waiting for you here at PGMN.
I think he knows he's already lost because long ago I've always repeatedly engaged him.
Do you think
know?
he'll accept your challenge?
Actually, I think he's probably gonna. You know what he's gonna do? No, actually, why am I gonna go against you? Because I now agree with you. I now agree
I don't
with
think.
you.
Okay.
Maybe he's gonna do that. He might.
I don't think he will ever agree with you. I think what he will do is he will send you more links to articles or studies or
Written by communists
written
and,
by someone else that he himself does not understand and has nothing to do with the discussion.
Oh,
that's my bet.
Oh, that's what he did so many times. We've had a lot of debates and arguments with Richard Heydarian in the past regarding the need to amend or revise the 1987 Constitution. I was able to show him that parliamentary systems are known to perform better than presidential systems, and I gave a lot of citations of political scientists and economists who produced a lot of research papers that have proven that parliamentary systems are indeed superior and much more efficient. He wasn't able to counter-argue, and he responded to me by saying, Orion, I suggest read these basics first before bothering me with simplistic stuff. Hegel's phenomenology of spirit and the idea of world historical figures, Giddens' structuration theory, how agency structures interact, Lukács' Zizek on class consciousness, agency, and history. But wait, what exactly is the connection or the relevance of these philosophers and theorists he cited to the topic of comparing parliamentary systems versus presidential systems, or even the comparison of federalism versus unitarism? No relevance, right? He said,
see? Consistent.
Yeah,
I think he will be very consistent. But I do pray that he will take you on and that he will really debate you here on PGMN. Actually, you know what? Maybe if he wants to like live stream as well on his platform, I'll be down for that. But I hope and pray that he accepts the challenge and debates you.
Yeah. It would
All
be
cards
good.
on the table.
I mean, if we could actually have something in
I love
in
that.
a
I love
place
the
where a
video
lot of
that you
people are going to go and
posted. So funny.
pay to watch it, and right? I mean, that would be good. Some money making
Give me front
scheme.
row seats. Yeah, I would love to see that. Let's see. Maybe he'll accept it. But
Maybe
I
he
don't
will.
I don't see him accepting.
Honestly, I think he knows he's lost.
Really?
I think he knows he's never going to win in
You
this
don't
debate.
think he has a sound argument
He
to
does not.
actually come on the show or come
He
here?
does not. So that's why he's always
and
going to just
debate
keep on.
you.
He's always going to just keep on saying, "Have you read Marx? Have you read Foucault? Have you read Bourdieu? Have you read?" He's going to say that. All these. So he's going to just keep on. Oh,
Javad.
he'll also say probably, "Have you read Jean-Paul Sartre?" Or
Yeah.
he's like, wait a minute. Why are these philosophers being mentioned? They have absolutely nothing to do with federalism versus unitarism or parliamentary versus presidential. I mean, what the heck?
I'll give you guys. Maybe I'll give you guys like each of you will get a ruler so we can slap each other or like hit each other. Like, "Grr, I hate you. No. I don't think you'll need it though, but I think he will. He will need it.
I think at the end of the day, really, it's I don't know. I don't know if he's sponsored to take on a particular position, and that's
We're
why
not accusing him of anything.
We're not. I'm just thinking, is that a possibility? Because really, I mean, why are you going against something that makes a lot of sense?
Maybe
right?
he has his points, but until
I haven't heard those points.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna go there, and unless he actually fights for them, makes it clear, and debates you on the merit of his argument, then I think I too will stick to that. That he does not have anything.
It's
I'm
really
challenging
sad.
you as
It's
I'm
really
joining
sad.
the challenge. I am joining the challenge. Javad, debate Orion, or you don't know what you're talking about. You never had a sound argument. Unless you face Orion, that's what I'm gonna think of you.
Did you know that he has another friend who kind of just recently also came
He
up
has
with
friends? I'm surprised.
Well,
he has
I mean,
friends. Go ahead.
I've seen them actually in a there was some kind of a panel where the two of them were actually there, and they were sort of saying the same thing. You know, they were on the same side, and they actually kind of say the same things, and they also both get criticized for the fact that they are not so much into understanding economics. Both of them. Okay, so Heydarian gets that. That's part of the reason why Heydarian was called out by one guy who was supposedly on the same side as him, JC Punong Bayan, who's a PhD
Oh
in
yeah,
economics.
yeah. You mentioned that.
Yeah,
You mentioned that.
that happened because I think Heydarian doesn't really tackle economics that much. He doesn't really talk about that. He talks
But
all about.
you cannot talk about, or you cannot be against the shift in the 40-60
60-40,
and the 60-40 and the federalism and our constitution without talking about numbers, without talking about
The economy, I know, but that's the point. Like, he likes to sort of divert the topic over
He
to
has that
philosophers,
tendency.
right? He talks about these theorists and philosophers. He'll start talking about Zizek and Lukács and all these other people, and like, they're not related to this topic, man.
Yeah.